What is up, guys? My name is JAde and welcome to Dallas Jamming episode 28. Today we are looking at the famous Machine Plus. How exciting. Oh, of course I forgot something. There we go. There we go, much better. The Machine Plus, I've had it for about, I don't know how long, maybe like 2 weeks now, kind of, on and off, using it. Thoughts so far, it feels amazing. The chassis is super sturdy. It's been awesome being able to have the machine and like not have to worry about having a computer on the side, especially because I don't have a laptop. And like, who else is excited for like the Mac announcement tomorrow, the Mac Silicon MacBook? I've been like trying not to upgrade my Mac. Actually, no, I don't have a laptop, a music laptop at all. So I'm excited to see like what's gonna happen with that. And that takes me on to the next thing about the machine. So like the machine's supposed to be powerful enough to run standalone, right? That is what they told us. That is what we want to believe. So far, I'm not sure like if that's if it's capable enough to handle like how much is, like my CPU is 69 right now, and already on this project I only have 5 groups. I was already like having issues with it. Like once I got to a certain step, it started like giving me like audio glitches, and I restarted it and it didn't matter. Like the program was already kind of like overloaded, I guess. So I don't know like if this is like gonna be like a software issue, like it can be updated like with updates, because you know we're still like expecting updates, right? Or if it's like a power issue, like is it ever gonna be able to do what it needs to do? That being said, I've had a lot of fun with it. It definitely is something unique, like especially like the workflow. It's something so different compared to everything else like that's out there right now. I can't really even compare it to anything. The workflow on this thing. Okay, I've tried a lot of machines throughout the past 3 years or so. And the workflow, let me just leave a little background music. The workflow is really like nothing else that I've encountered. Like it really is an all-in-one machine. I mean, it is the machine, right? My first thoughts on it, like when I first heard it was announced, because I've used the MK3 before, but I'm not like a hardcore machine user like a lot of people out there. So when I had the MK3, I thought it was cool, but I also had like a bunch of other synthesizers and a bunch of other stuff like to look at the time, so it kind of like got the back burner, especially because like it was just a controller and you know you still need a computer to use it, and that was always like what really kept me away from it. But I always really liked the workflow, and like somebody said that there's a lot of menu diving, and I think like completely the opposite. Like there is no menu diving on this thing. Literally everything is a button or combination away. Being able to duplicate not only like parts, but when you're sampling, today we're just going to be looking at like the engine and like making music with everything that's on the machine. But like even when you sample, being able to like chop your loops by like duplicating them, like it's so fast and so effortless. And I really feel like technology gets out of the way with this device. Like I really hope that it's powerful enough to do what it's meant to do. So let's take a look at this project. and kind of like I'm still like trying to like comprehend patterns and scenes and clips. Like it's definitely all new to me, but getting it, getting it. Alright, so let's start a whole new project, because this one, like I said, is already kind of like, there's too much going on it, I guess. And one of my things that I first complained about was like how long it took to turn on, but like after it's on, I mean, it takes just about the same time that the MPC one does. It takes about like 18 seconds to turn on. But if you think about it, if you turn the computer on like from like the beginning, instead of just putting it to sleep, it's gonna take around the same time. I really wish that companies would implement some type of like sleep mode. So like, if we press this button, it's like, boom, goes to sleep like a laptop. I think that would be cool. Not sure like what kind of technology goes into that type of stuff. But basically, I have complete 13, which comes with a lot more stuff than what what this comes with, especially the groups, or the expansion packs. So like the expansion packs are pretty cool because like they're very effortless to just get things started. And then we don't want projects because like that's something somebody else did, right? So we want to like go actually into the groups, which gives us like a kit. So these are $49. I think it's worth it because it just adds a lot of sound. People like they spend their time with it, with sound design and stuff. I think it's cool. I think it's a cool place to like start your beat. I use it mostly sometimes for drums or sometimes for like samples, and then I'll do other things with other groups. So it's cool to have. So these are like examples of like what you can do with it. So let's see. Turn that up a bit. So we have these 4 different samples, right? But we also have the keyboard mode. I really love how everything is laid out here. They really did take their time, like on the original machine. And like if you think about it, they've been like upgrading the machine for like what, 10 years? I know like the 10-year anniversary was not that long ago. So like they've studied this, like they've realized what makes sense where. Definitely like the shift function is something that you'll be using a lot. So just having that specific button for keyboard, like to be able to like, oh, okay, I have this, but now I want to play melodically. And you can do this with drums too. Then we have our octaves, right? So like that sounds cool already. Like it's very effortless to get ideas going, and even just just a place to start. That's how I feel like, where I feel like expansions shine the most. But you do notice that like it doesn't actually time stretch it on here. I know there is a time stretching like algorithm in the sampling, I believe, but it doesn't happen in the chromatic mode. So the higher we go, the faster the loop is going to be. And then not only that, but we get a chromatic mode, which doesn't really make sense with the sample, so I'll talk about that when we look at one of the groups. But yeah, let's try to come up with a cool combination of these chords, just so like we can get a little basis started. And let's make a beat. And like I said, everything is everything is so hands per function. It's so effortless to just do things like, oh, the metronome is off, boom, shift tap. Oh, I'm gonna start here, restart. Like, once you get to know it, everything is just there, and the more you do it, the less you have to think about it, and it actually like speeds up the process like in such an amazing way. I didn't realize that I was recording, but that's okay because it's a teachable moment. So easy to like, oh, I messed up. So like, so easy to just erase it. So like shift, undo. And then if I want to go back into it, I can wait for the bar to finish, or I can just stop, shift record to get that count in. Accidentally did it. Let's do it again. But you see how easy it is just to like, boom, oh, it's done. I don't have to go into a different menu. I don't have to do anything differently. Like, it's just so smooth. What I just did there is that I duplicated my group, just because it makes sense to like have the melody on one group and have my drums in another group, right? So. So like that was a little sloppy. Also, you might have noticed what I just did here. So like if it's playing and you press stop, it'll keep playing that sample. But if you want to stop it like automatically, like, you know, completely off, shift and mute. Okay. Oh, what I was saying was that my drums are a little bit sloppy. So the cool thing is that you don't have just straight up 100% quantize. You can either just do 50% quantize or regular quantize, or just record them again. I'm not like completely against quantize, but I feel like if you do use it on everything, it definitely can get, you know, kind of like robotic-y. So I use it on certain things, not on everything. I feel like once I record my drums unquantized and I quantize something, the beat just doesn't really work out. So like if it's gonna be unquantized, mostly everything will be unquantized, but you know, sometimes it's different. So let's see if that's even good, or we can just record it again. No, that's way too messy, so let's just record that again. Easy, shift undo, and here we go. Not sure why that kick is coming in so late. I haven't really like dug too much into like the pattern thing and like moving notes one by one. It just looks like a little tedious. I'm sure, like, you know, it's not that tedious once you get into it, but I would just rather like record it again than like go through that. I think it's probably this pattern that is a little off. Let's see. I'm feeling it a little off. I think what we should do is let's just record our drums first, just to get it out of the way and get a more like groovy feeling, you know, drums. Somewhat sloppy, but like in a nice, like wavy type of way. We can work with it. Another cool thing that the machine has is this undo and redo button. Like, okay, so like every pad has a second function. So like if I do shift clear, shift undo, shift redo, and I just love like having this undo here, because like it just makes your workflow so much easier, especially when you're like just messing about and like trying to come up with ideas. And not only can you do that with like recording, you can do that to everything that you do. So like you saw that I added quantize to the drums, and then it kind of like messed up the groove, and I'm like, never mind, I don't want to add quantize. Boom, remove the quantize. Step undo, step redo when you're like inputting steps in. That's in step mode. I haven't even gotten that far. The sounds on this thing. So those are the samples, okay? But it actually sounds really good. I was actually surprised, because like when I first got this, I was really planning, even like before I got it, I was planning on using it as a sampler, because like I've used it as a sampler when I had the Maschine MK3, and it's a great sampler. And let's talk about the MK3. So like the MK3s are pretty cheap right now, because everybody wants to sell their MK3 and you know, upgrade to the Maschine Plus. The Maschine Plus is what, $14.99. The MK3, I think you can get one for like, I don't know, I've seen them very cheap. I think I even saw one for like $400 or something. Right now, like in this exact moment, if you have an MK3, do I recommend that you upgrade to the Maschine Plus? Right now, from me, that's a no. Only because you're about to see, once we start adding more things, hopefully it does. I mean, I don't want it to crash, obviously, but I want to like make it, push it that far where like you guys can see the, what I'm talking about. So yeah, maybe in 6 months, I don't know, give it a little bit of time. I hate that like we as users have to be the product testers, you know, like I feel like it should have been ready before it came out. I don't know why companies do that. It is what it is. But I feel like once more updates come, we'll be able to see like, okay, is it a software issue? Can these issues be like addressed through an update, or is the machine just not powerful enough to do what we need it to do? Okay, so an important thing that I actually spent my whole day doing yesterday was setting up your favorites. So like even when you're in a DAW, you don't want to you know, you don't want to spend your whole time scrolling through presets. Like, there's nothing more annoying than like scrolling through presets. And with anything, really, you can get that vibe. Like, even on my Prophet 6, sometimes I'll be scrolling through presets. So it's not just like that in the DAW, you're going to be scrolling through presets. Like, you need to find your favorite sounds, or learn how to make your favorite sounds if you're doing it like on a synth, something like that. But with Maschine, it's actually super simple, and I didn't know this on my last video, but it's super simple to like set your favorites. Literally shift, set, unset. How awesome is that? So like, just go through your sounds and figure out what sounds you like best. Let's look for another sound to add to this beat that we already have. So you see, it doesn't really take that long to load. Another cool thing is, you might have noticed the little keyboard on the side. Super cool that Native added. I'm pretty sure the MK3 doesn't have these 2 USB ports, and there's 2, so like you could, you know, use a different MIDI controller, not just keyboard. So I think that's cool. Definitely makes it feel more like, you know, an actual music creating device. And definitely makes it easier with like coming up with melodies and stuff. So I think like maybe we'll mess with this project a bit, and then we'll do a project with like, you know, actually starting like with the keyboard, so you can see like just how different like the workflow is. Something that I do want to mention though, I have not been able to like figure out how to lower the volume of the pre here. So like, I know you can do it on the software, but it is definitely like, you know, ear exploding. It would be nice to be able to turn your volume down, like for the pre here on here. Ooh, another thing that I realized. So like last time when I made my other video, I didn't know how to like where did it go? I didn't know how to find my projects. I didn't know how to like load my samples. So like, let's say for example, if you go to user, I actually haven't loaded anything on here yet because like it crashed and I had to like do a factory reset on it. So yeah, it's not that stable yet. But basically what I said was that like, if you load all your samples in, and like I've heard other people talk about this, if you load all your samples in, like let's say you have all your samples super organized in like your computer in like folders. Like for example, I have my lo-fi drums. Inside that folder I have my kick, my snare, my hat, all my stuff, right? When I loaded that lo-fi drums into the Maschine, it just put all those samples, like giant list of samples. You guys saw in my last video, I'm just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. So it actually turns out that the Maschine only reads 2 folders. So like, if you got to take the drums out of that main folder and just put the folders like kick, snare, hat into the actual user content folder. I might make a video about that if that doesn't make any sense. But basically, once you remove that second subfolder, you can like, it's going to be organized. It's actually going to show up right here. I don't in banks. So like Maschine 2 would be like your user content folder, and then your banks will be that second folder. But you see, that's it. Like there's no third folder option. So just keep that in mind when you're doing stuff. So basically you guys get the idea with that. Obviously it's a lot harder, like trying to figure out, like you guys saw, I'm like trying to figure out what scale is this in. Just playing it by ear. But that's because like we started off with a sample. So let's say, for example, let's take a look at actually some of the sounds that, like, you know, I'm not really feeling this beat that much. It's just one of those days. So we're going to delete. We're gonna delete this. It sounds alright, but we'll do something else with it some other time. Alright, so we're going to shift, boom, erase that group. Simple as that. So like that has taken our groups and transfer them over, like, you know, to the other group. Okay, so now we have our drums. They're so messy. Another cool thing that we can do is we can delete parts of it. So like, oh, and let me talk about this note repeat, because this is like a whole different beast. Okay, the note repeat. So like obviously we have a note repeat on the push 2, we have a note repeat on the MPC 1000, I believe. But these 4 buttons right here, and I did not know this, I thought just like, oh, 16, 18, you know, I thought it was like, it is what it is. No, these 4 buttons are customizable. So like, you can have this be whatever. You can have this be 4/4, or you can have it be 8/8. You want it normal, or you want triplet. And now this one, let's say you want this one to be dotted, or I'm sorry, triplet. So we got, so like, let's record these drums. Let's erase this hat. Okay, so just erase, hold the hat, hold it throughout the whole thing. Why didn't that erase? Okay, I guess it was longer. I'm sure there's a way to do it like with the steps, but this will work for now. I know these drums are so sloppy. They're so sloppy, it's embarrassing. But you know what? Watch, this beat's about to be fire, cause lo-fi sloppy drums with the keys and the just wait. I'd be like, not, you know, be ashamed of myself. All right. So we got this hit. We have these drums. So we got. Okay, we're gonna first add a melody, and then maybe let me add that metronome because it's gonna kill me. I'm not crazy about that sound. Let's find another sound. Ooh. It's a little gainy. That sounds nice. Okay, those drums are definitely too sloppy. I'm sorry, guys. Let me just start it all over. All right, let's record. Oh no. Okay, so I accidentally deleted. Oh no, there we go. Okay, I'm just gonna clear these drums because they're kind of driving me wild. Let's figure out a melody first, please. The thing is that when you play with so much swing, you can't really quantize. It just does not work out. So like, you know, because you got that natural swing. Let's do that again. Another cool thing is that we don't have to stop the sequencer. So like, I've been stopping it because that's just kind of like how I work. You know, if I mess up, I'm just like shift undo, shift undo, shift undo. But you don't have to do that. Like, you can keep playing it until we get it perfect. So that's what we're gonna have to do because I'm a little off my game today. So we're just gonna keep playing it until it's perfect, and then we're just gonna go into the pattern and, you know, trim it down. I feel like I need to add those drums first, but no, this is what I'm gonna do. Okay, another thing that I often do is I'll record the melody, and then after I have like the groove for the melody, I'll record the drums and delete the melody and then do the melody again. So bear with me. So like my timing game is like completely off today. We're gonna keep going. I'm sorry. Uh-oh, something happened. Something happened. What happened? See? It happened. It happened live. It happened live. We gotta froze. We gotta... It's not frozen. What happened? What? Yeah, so yeah, guys. Damn. Yeah, it happened. Sad. I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of hoping that like it's my audio, but why? Nothing would happen with the audio. Yeah. Okay, see now we're frozen. Now we're definitely frozen. Damn, so sad. Yeah. Oh man, and this makes it so hard to like recommend this because like it's not there yet, but you guys see like how effortless it is to like get something started. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do a reboot. So like let's restart. It just sucks because like, you know, we finally had something going. And like, okay, this is another thing that like I said when I saw this. I don't like that this power button is right here. I don't like that this power button is right here because like it's frozen now. So like if it were, oh, something's happening. I don't know what happened. All right, let's just unplug it and yeah. But yeah, how whack is that? That is definitely not okay. Imagine that like mid-show, mid-performance. Yeah, that would really suck. Let me take this moment to like take a look at the comments section. See what questions you guys have, if at all. Okay, let's see. If you don't want the group to fall apart, I said, please stop the noise and make some music. My bad. Screw you. Dope, I've been wanting to see this in action. How does the standalone work? Is it battery powered? Okay, no, it's not battery powered, but I did buy this recently. I got the recommendation from Accurate Beats. It is the OmniCharge. Am I on autofocus? I don't think so. It is the OmniCharge. I haven't tried it yet, but I've heard good things about it. I also asked Native about it, and this is the one that they recommended. So it's a portable battery thing. I don't know. It was like $100 and some bucks. Yeah. So yeah. The CPU is too limited right now. This is by Gelatinous. The CPU is too limited right now, sadly. I hope that we get better CPU, but NI is notorious for not working on products. Yes, we should wait for the next generation. I hope 1 terabyte will be inside, more RAM and touchscreen. That's the thing, like, technically, this is a computer. So, like, if it's not a powerful enough computer to do what it's supposed to do, I can't recommend this yet. I like it. So, like, that's my personal opinion. I'm gonna stick with it to see if they'll fix the things that need to be fixed. Who knows? So like only time will tell. But like there's so much potential in this. If you're going from like, if you're thinking of upgrading from the MK3 to this, I would say hold off. Or if you don't have either, I would say get the MK3, especially because they're cheap right now. But only if like you have a good laptop. So like if you don't have a powerful enough laptop, the MK3 is gonna do you no good. So like I'm probably gonna use this as a controller, especially because like of the instability right now. With the computer plugged in, like not this desktop, like I'm gonna get a new laptop soon hopefully, but with the computer plugged in, it's taking the power from your computer. So like if you have a super powerful computer, the machine is gonna run smoothly. And then not only that, but you can use third-party VSTs like the Arturia collection, which I like. But yeah. So right now, and just, I'm kind of glad that it happened live, just because, like, you know, a lot of people, like, they're like, no, mine never crashes. This never happens to me. Facts. Yeah. So, yeah, I guess, I don't know. Let's just go through some of the sounds, because, like, that was sad. That was only 3 groups, and that already happened, so sad. Quick shout out to our sponsor, DistroKid. Get your music on all the major platforms, cheap and fast, and use the code below to get 7% off your first year. But yeah, so the whole point, yeah, somebody just said it in the comments. The whole point of this is that it's standalone, right? And if it's not functioning how it should in standalone, then, you know, that's scary. Let's open up some of these projects that I was just kind of like messing with. And let's see how far they go before they collapse. Whoa, the wind is pretty crazy, okay? Alright. Load project. Doesn't take that long to load. So let's see what's on here. Whoa, okay. Facts, it's not ready yet. It's not ready yet. So like those audio glitches happen. I've had them happen when you first start it. Like when you first start your loop after you load the project. After that, it doesn't happen anymore. So for this group, I didn't separate my drums from my main melody. So when I mute the group, you know, it mutes both like the structure of the song. So like, you know, that's important to have in mind. Let's see what's on here. Nothing here. Nothing here. Okay, so that was just like a little loop that I was messing with. I think like when I think this was like the first project I made after it crashed. At first, you know, you're making loops and like, ooh, this is fun. But once you discover scenes and patterns, then it's like, oh wow, this song is turning into something actually usable. And yes, every video somebody's like in the comments, DJ every video on this thing seems like a list of different problems. Oh man, I really hope, like I really want to love this thing. Like you guys see like how effortless it is. I really love the workflow. So I'm not gonna make a final verdict on it just yet because like it is a new device and there's nothing like this. There's literally nothing else that is trying to do what this does, except for like the MPC Live. And you guys know I don't gel with the MPC Live. The workflow just seems like going from menu to menu. Things don't make sense on it for me. It's very difficult to do simple things. So I'm gonna give this a chance because I really love everything about it. Except the crashing. The crashing is completely unacceptable. And I've been using it a lot, like just with like the internal sounds. But I sampled, like I did a looping thing the other day, like, you know, just by myself with my synthesizers. And it was a lot of fun, like looping synths, looping ukulele. It was very fun until it crashed. So please fix this thing as soon as possible. Yes. All right. So yeah, so that was a little loop. All right, let's see what else is on here. Project 3. Discard. Everything is just a button push away, and I really love that about it. All right, let's see what this was. Little loops that Jade did and never did anything with. Okay, let's see. Project 3, was it? Discard. Oh, I guess that's the one we had. Okay, hold on. Project. We did project 1. I think it was new project. Nope, that was that one. I should really like name my projects instead of like project 1, project 2. New project. I think this was the last one that we were messing with. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. What? Why? Terrible. Okay. sorry, let's take this moment with this project that we have to take a look at the note repeat, because I was trying to show it to you and it didn't work out. Let me answer a few questions. Is Jade in Japan? No, I wish I was in Japan. Jesus. I'm Colombian, by the way. By DJ Licken. Do you find yourself trying to touch the screen, or do you get over that pretty quickly? I, like many others, actually like that the screen is not touchable, because I'm not trying to be on my phone. Like, I'm not trying to zoom in like this. Like, with the knobs, it is so, like, you know, zooming in. Like, if I had a sample, I could zoom in so effortlessly, and these buttons kind of like are what you would touch. So, like, you know, instead of like pressing start or like this or that, you actually have physical buttons, and like, what more pleasure than to press a physical button? Okay, so let's say, where's my drums? That's so sharp. Let's switch that out. Another cool thing, even with the expansions, you can switch out specific sounds. That's not what I want. Let's find, I need to really load my drums on here. I kind of been slacking on that. Let's try to find a different hat that's not so ear exploding. Not only that, but you can use the note repeat on melodies, which is, you know, kind of like an ARP type thing. So let's find, just so I can show you guys. Maybe on something like this would be very recognizable. So let's see, where were we? All right. Yeah, so I might do a different video if you guys are into that. I might do a different video like actually using the patterns and the scenes and the clips once I figure out how to use the clips. But yeah, so I think that might be it for today. Final verdict. I mean, you kind of heard me complain about it throughout the whole video. It's not ready yet. It's not ready yet. Too many crashes. Hopefully we get an update soon, like tomorrow, like today. For now, if you have the MK3, stick to the MK3. If you're thinking about buying one, snag an MK3. Or you know, you could, if you're really thinking about buying one and like it's usable, you saw that it's usable, it's just not very stable. So like if you're willing to be patient with native and give them a chance to like try to fix all the things that don't work as they should, get and you can afford it, get the plus. I mean, I'm not using it with the computer at all right now. I haven't used it with the computer at all. I'm hoping that like none of these crashes and none of this stuff happens with it in controller mode. I'm gonna have to like come back to you guys with that, because that would be like, what? That would really suck. I don't think so though, because you know, it's running off the computer, it's running off, if you're using it as a controller, it's running off the native instruments software machine too. So yeah, I mean, if you're willing to, like I said, I'm gonna use this as a controller until it's stable enough to use standalone. I'll still like take it with me maybe to like the coffee shop and mess with it, but I'll save a lot. I'll save a lot. Another cool thing is everything that's there, like, you know, the mixers right there for like all your specific sounds, like very little, like I would say absolutely no menu diving at all, to be honest with you. Everything is a button away. The most menu diving that you're gonna do is like going through pages like that, but that's it. And then also saving is super simple, just shift save, boom, literally saving right now. So like I would recommend that you save your work, like, you know, so you don't lose anything, like as you're jamming, save your work as much as you can, because yeah, you don't want to lose, you don't want to like spend all day making a dope beat and then it's gone forever. Yeah, so that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for sticking with me through like the terrible music making. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit off my game today. Get a little nervous with these damn streams. I don't know why, it's so stupid. But once I have like some actual music done, you know I'm gonna do a live set. It's gonna be dope. This running into like the SP404, so like out of here into the 404 for effects. That's kind of like how I plan to use it. That's probably not how like I'll gig with it. Like I'll probably still just gig with my 404, like, you know, perform on my 404, just because it's so convenient. But like sampling, chopping up the samples in here is very cool. Let's read a few more comments before we head out. Somebody was asking about the MPC Force. I had the Force for like, oh god, for like 2 days. It pissed me off that there is no seamless transitions between loops. So like it's supposed to be a looper, like it's marketed as Ableton Push DAWless, right? But there is no seamless, there is no cross-ending fades on the loops. So like every time you loop audio, if you not if you're using like the VSTs, obviously, because that's MIDI, but every time that if you loop audio, like guitar or piano or whatever, it'll like, you know, you'll hear a little pop at the end. And I like emailed them about that. They're like, oh, that's normal. Like, no, nah, no, that's not normal. And I actually saw one for like $6.99 on eBay the other day. So like, I was like, man, if I paid, cause how much are they? They were like $14.99. Damn, bro. I would have been pissed. I would have been so mad if I paid $14.99 for it. Luckily, like I sold it like 2 days after I got it, cause I'm like, hell no. But if I would have paid $14.99 for that, and then I see it used for $6.99, I'd have been so mad. Hopefully that doesn't happen with the machine, right? Because like it's the same price. I really hope, like I really have high hopes for this, because I want it to work. Like I really want this to work. Thumbs up if you liked the video. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. If you like what I do, consider becoming a Patreon. Check out my website for cool synthesizer swag, shirts, fanny packs, you name it. Love you guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.